that Sati was a very rare phenomena in India. It's not easy to emulate yourself. It requires very amazing qualities. And because a person who did it, that person became an object of reverence in traditional society. And actually, when you start looking for evidence of actual instances of Sati, they were few and far between. When I talk about actual evidence, what do I mean? I can talk about an eyewitness account, I can talk about inscriptions, etc. So, when I began studying, I found that concrete evidence that Sati, of an instance of Sati, was first by Diodorus, where he describes an incident he takes from a book which no longer survives. And that was when Alexander was going back home. He had an Indian contingent, and the commander of that contingent was Shashigupta. Shashigupta died, and the Greek soldiers are amazed when they suddenly see his two widows coming and fighting among themselves about who will emulate with him. So, that is the first definite instance that we have of Sati. Then many centuries later, we have the Iran-Pira inscription in Madhya Pradesh, which talks about a Sati. Then Ibn Battuta, when he comes to India, he sees 3 women who are going to immolate themselves because their husbands had died in battle. So, these are definite instances where Sati takes place. Now, in the Ramayana and Mahabharat, for example, how many wives of Dashrath immolate themselves? How many wives of, in the Mahabharat, the Pandavas or Kauravas immolate themselves? The Mahabharat says that the widows performed ceremonies for them. So, if you do a compilation even of these ancient texts, the actual number is very small. And the evidence also showed to me that apart from the epics, the evidence that we have is very few. What happened was that in the 18th and 19th century, when the East India Company became masters of Bengal, then the missionaries in England, they wanted to come and proselytize in India. They wanted to spread their faith in India. The East India Company had a rule that we have come to India to make money, and we have not come here for any other purpose. And if any missionary came, they would send him back by the next ship. So, the missionaries had to convince Parliament to pass a law that they be allowed the right to convert in India. For that, they had to say that India was a land of sin and it had evil practices like sati and female infanticide. So, they concocted figures of 1,50,000, God knows how many women immolating in Bengal. And it is very interesting that many English officials outside Bengal, they said this is not correct. They challenged them, they said this is not correct. But in any case, for whatever reason, the East India Company, the British Parliament gave the missionaries the right to convert in 1813. And soon after that, Lord Bentinck abolished sati. And it is interesting that after the abolition of sati, we do not hear of a single case of sati in Bengal. Now, is it possible that if tens of thousands were immolating every year, that suddenly, it's not that there was radio and mobile, and what was the means by which they came to know, and such sudden and complete compliance with an official order is very difficult. Last point I want to make is that in independent India, around 40 cases of sati have been reported from different parts. 2/3 of these are from Rajasthan and not one from Bengal. So, that gives a clue that the entire debate on sati was a missionary manufactured debate.